Hi everyone, we are looking at document A to try to answer the question, was the Civil War inevitable? So we're trying to decide, could the country have worked together, come together, and compromised over slavery, or was it just ultimately going to split apart? So today we're going to look at document A. We're going to start by going down to our source information. So I can see this is an editorial. What that means is this is an opinion piece written in a newspaper. Okay, so go ahead and take that note really quick. Okay, I can also see that it was written in the Mobile, Alabama Register. And Alabama is a southern state, equals slave-owning state. Okay. What I can also tell from the source is that this was written in February of 1856, so this is before the Civil War. This is written after the Kansas-Nebraska Act was passed, stating states could vote over slavery. Okay, so now we're going to read the document to try to figure out what his perspective is. Does he think the country is going to split apart to the north where there is no slavery and the south that is protecting slavery, or can they work together and stay as one country, stay as the United States? So the author says, no more slave states. Suppose the South should insist that there be no more free states. Would there not be far more good sense, humanity, and justice in her position than that of the North? So he's saying, the North is saying that there shouldn't be any southern states or any slave states, but would it be right for the South to say there should be no more free states? First, slavery excludes neither in theory or practice any law-abiding citizens of free states from the states where it exists. Slave states are equally open to all people of the Union with all of their property, which means someone who lives in a free state could move to the South and they don't have to participate in slavery, but they can still move there. But a slave owner couldn't move to the North and keep their slaves. That's what it's saying. Secondly, all the territory out of which new states are to be formed was either ceded, which means given, to the Union by slave states, or acquired, gained, by Southern councils, Southern armies, Southern soldiers, and Southern statesmen. So all of the new territory where states are being formed were gathered by the South, so they should be slave, is what this person is saying. Thirdly, slave society is the oldest, the most common, and the most natural form of society, while free society is a little experiment, small in extent and short in duration, yet which has been attended with 1,000 times greater evils than slavery has inflicted on mankind throughout all ages and countries. Author believes. So again, the author believes free society has more evil than slave society. I don't know why he thinks this. He's just stating he thinks slavery is more common and natural than free society. He says, in view of these facts, would it not be more reasonable for the South to object to the admission of free states? We do not intend to imitate the North and insist there should be no more free states. We do not wish to abolish free society, nor prevent its introduction into a fair proportion of the new states. Nor do we wish to introduce slavery into any state whose people exclude it when prepared to be admitted as states. Such exclusion is a gross act of injustice to the South, but we are practical men and will not quarrel about abstractions. If Southern institutions, which means slavery, are admitted into a sufficient number of new states, we shall be satisfied. This is a big one. What the author is saying after all of this is that the country can stay together as long as slave states can be added when free states are. Okay, so, he had this whole document stating about how he thinks slavery is the better system and that they're not trying to be like the North, no more free states. Like the North is saying there should be no more slave states. He's just saying, we want it to be balanced. The country stays together as long as free and slave states are added equally. So to summarize, he does believe the country can stay together, but only if they continue to allow slavery to be added into the new states.